Good evening. I'll now call the City of Cannon Falls City Council meeting for Tuesday, September 17th to order. Roll call.
Councilmember Duncan.
Here.
Holst.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Mattson.
Here.
McCusker.
Yes.
Schulblum.
Here.
And Mayor Robinson.
Yep. All please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and afterwards please remain standing for a moment of silence for the victims of the Navy Yard shooting yesterday. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the City Council meeting. At this time, the chair will take a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
So moved.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Bill, a second by Merle. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'll flip-flop those, I think.
We'll get it right.
Yep. Okay, that moves us on to item 5 this evening on the agenda, the public input. Citizens may speak to issues not on the agenda. Before speaking, please give your name and address for the minutes, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone wishing to address the council? Come on up.
My name is Burl Johnson. I live at 220 North Street West, Cannon Falls, Minnesota. I come down to talk to you people tonight about the farmer's market. I just want to tell you folks how everything's been going down there. We as the farmer's market people would like to thank the Cannon Falls Police Department coming down there every morning, making sure we have the barricades up. And if there's people sitting alongside of a vendor, they ask them very kindly to please move. So we have a clear entrance there. All the farmers market people, the community, the merchants, and the senior citizens are all very happy to have it back down there. A lot of the senior citizens said that it's safer down there than down on the other place. They don't have to worry about crossing the street. I've talked to bicyclers, camper people, and they're all glad to be there. Have us there also. I've talked to a lot of the bikers, and they do shop there, and they've even said if this is full here, we have other options to park. So I've been talking to a lot of different people. That's pretty much all I got to say. The vendors, and like I said, the community people are very happy where it is now. The merchants are happy also. I guess I like to say I hope the city council has read the article that Dick Dalton put in the paper. Thank you. Do you have
Thanks.
any questions or anything?
Yeah, Burl,
Yes.
thanks for your caring, your concerns, and for giving us input. Thank you.
Okay. And like I said, the police department's been very good. They came down last Saturday, and they told us they're going to be blacktopping in front there on 19, and I said I'll take care of it, so we blocked the entrance so people can't go in and out of there. So I'd like to thank you folks again. Thank you.
Thanks, Burl. Anybody else wishing to address the council or to address the council under public input this evening?
My name's Jose Lopez. I asked the police and I asked Public Works to put a sign up on 6th Street, coming from the fairgrounds to Northwest Court. They agreed to put a sign up that said hidden driveway, but he also asked me to ask the chief of police if he can put a squad car in our driveway anytime between 3 and 6 to catch speeders coming up around that curve, because I almost got hit twice there. Not counting other people that live there, they could have got hit too, because they come around there fast. And that's all. I'm have to ask if the chief would send a car there, just park it right in the driveway. We have permission, he has permission to park the car there and watch for speeders coming around there. Because sooner or later, somebody's gonna get hit, and it's gonna be me. 'Cause I almost got hit twice. And that's all I have to say.
And where is that located
that?
now from the fairgrounds? Which,
It'd be 6th Street.
6th Street?
6th Street and Northwest
okay,
Court. There's a driveway there. The officer could park in our driveway. I had permission, I asked them, they said they can park there.
okay.
And if anything comes around that curve, they'll catch him. That's all I have to
Thanks.
say.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You know,
Yep.
Jeff, there's a few spots in town, I've often thought about maybe we should have one of these things that shows the speed up on it, because if I let my wife call you every time somebody goes past our house down there about 45, 50 miles an hour, you guys would really be busy. So his issue, I think, is a concern. I do hear it from other people.
Yeah, we get complaints, all the time on speeding activity. What I'll do is I'll create, one of the ways we track it is we create a directed patrol area. And then whenever the officers are there, they create an ICR so that I can look to see, how many times we've been there, what tickets are associated with it, that type of thing. I jotted down where it is, and I'll get that sent out to my staff in the morning. Bonnie will create the directed patrol detail on it, and we're start enforcing on it. The speed trailers, that is one of the things that I would like to get. Right now, my thought is to use some of our forfeiture funds in that direction. It's just would be a good use of that money. We just aren't overly flush in that category right now, but we've got a bunch that are sitting in there waiting for their process to play out. So that definitely would be one of the things that I'd be looking at.
Sounds good. Anybody else wishing to address the council under the or the public input this evening? If not, then we'll move on to the consent agenda. Items on this area of the agenda may be adopted, or they may be removed and placed on the business area of the agenda for discussion purposes before approving. For those at home, I will read the consent agenda to you. Item A is the just and correct claims for the accounting period ending September the 13th, 2013. Item B is the meeting minutes for September 3rd, 2013 City Council meeting. Item C is the Riverside Terrace utility bill credit. Item D, pool committee members' appointment. Item E, resignation of Mike Ayers and internal promotion of Jay Covard for Police Department. Item F, street closure request for Raw Bistro. Item G, application for payment number 2 for Trunk Highway 20 utility crossing. And item H, application for payment number 4, the East Side Improvement Project. Are there any items anybody wishes to bring down?
F,
Okay, we'll move item F, that'll become item 7A. And then item 7 will become item 8, which will be reports. And item 9 will be adjournment. Any other items? If not, Chair will take a motion to approve the consent agenda, minus item F, the street closure request for Raw Bistro.
So moved. I'll second.
I have a motion by Merle, second by Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. That brings us to council business, which will be item 7A, the street closure request for Raw Bistro.
yeah, Aaron, I didn't get home in time to call you. So, sorry, I had to bring this down, and I know you guys have looked into this, but I understood that we're closing that whole street down, And I guess my question was, do we notify all the neighbors in this type of situation? And is it necessary to close the whole street down? How does this work?
It wouldn't be closed all the way west to Fifth Street. There would still be access off of Fifth Street onto Cannon.
Oh,
But from-
okay.
But from Third Street west, probably past where Fourth Street is, which is really an alley, is where it would actually be closed off. And the personnel at Raw Bistro have talked, I believe, everybody on the street, so they are aware of this coming up on the 28th.
Okay, because there's one house there, almost across from them.
Yes.
I'm
And they're
sure it would
aware of it.
affect them or.
Yep, they're aware of it.
And they're aware of the
Yep.
whole thing. Okay, that was the only thing. Thank you.
Okay, if there's no further discussion, Chair will take a motion to approve the closing of Third Street west past Fourth Street for the open house at Raw Bistro from 1 to 5 on the 28th of September.
So moved. I'll second.
A motion by Merle, second by Bill. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. All right, that moves us on to item 8, reports. Dave?
As you drive around town, you see construction everywhere, so the Economic Development Authority is happy. That's all I have.
Chief?
A couple of things. Highway 19 overlay project took a few weeks longer than we expected. However, this last Saturday, they were in paving the top coat. As such, 19's work will be done. This weekend, I'll have my officer hand out some flyers to the farmers market people, just advising them that not this weekend, but the following weekend, we'll be back at the park and ride lot, as the council directed. And the other thing I want to make the council aware of and the residents is this weekend is citywide garage sales. There will also be an auction at the Cannon Falls Rental. I'm very concerned. We have trucks hauling out of the High Point area, a lot of traffic with the citywide garage sale. So I'm going to be restricting parking on County Road 24 from County Road 25 down to Super America on the east side of the road. That way we won't have people crossing that roadway to try to go to the auction. People that want to go to the auction would still have the other side of the road, or much as I would prefer, keep the road clear and use the mall parking lot. I don't think anybody's going to get towed out of there this weekend if they use that. But I did want to let you guys know and the residents know. We'll be talked with Tom already and Aaron, and we'll be getting the posting signs up on Friday for that. That's all I have.
Merle?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Leroy?
I got a few things. I ran into Colleen O'Neill last week. She was a gal that got hit on Highway 19 down by Twin Rivers. And of course, the first thing she asked me was how the crossing is coming. And I said, we're working on it. And she said, when is it going to be done? And I said, well, hopefully soon. We put a rebid it or did something, so I said as soon as we can get something put together. And she said, well, what was wrong with the bids? And I said, well, they seemed a little high, I guess. So she said, what's a life worth? And I said, I don't know that. And she said, well, she would like to see that fixed because somebody else is going to get hurt. And I said, I hope not. But I said, I will pass that all on to council and to staff. The other thing is I wanted to share with staff and my colleagues is that when we did this thing up on top of the hill of letting him haul that fill out of there, I called Aaron this week because I was just amazed every time I went out there, there was a semi every 5 minutes going through there. It was amazing to me the loads they got, and basically this is a residential street up there that all this stuff is being hauled out of. I guess the first thing I thought of, I don't know why, but I just didn't imagine this kind of volume and this kind of truck traffic and all this in a residential area. So I think the next time we do something like that, we have to be more aware of that and think about that more. The interesting thing to me that's really fascinating is that all this stuff they're hauling out is that green clay that we can't work with up on Sand Ridge, but it could build a highway out there. So, and I know they're all doing the right things and they know what they're working with, but it was just kind of fascinating to me that we even have that green clay on that side of the road too over there. So I just wanted to bring that up to the council that Aaron said we do have a bond or reserve for protection if the roads are damaged, but with that kind of trucks and that kind of volume, I don't know if that would cover us too well, the amount it is, but hopefully it all works out good, but something for us to think about next time. The other thing is I've had a lot of people talk to me about the pool situation, and I wanted to share it with staff and council and the new committee, that I found it quite interesting, all the comments I got. And some of the comments were, we live in Minnesota, how come we even have an outdoor pool? The other comment was from another person is, part of the pool experience should be outdoors, and that's part of the fun of it on a hot day in Minnesota, being at the pool. One other thing is somebody asked why we aren't addressing this with our school. They said that maybe this should be a joint effort with a closed pool, and the school could do swimming activities and stuff. So Leroy's view was from the start, why don't we just make everything good and handicap accessible and leave it alone? So the new panel, I think, is going to really have some challenges and some fun things to talk about, to share with there. The other thing I wanted to point out was I wanted for Jeff to thank Mr. Ayers and to welcome Ms. Colvard, and especially thank Mr. Ayers for his years of service. I also, and you don't have to answer this, Jeff, I think this is our second officer that went to the county, so I was wondering if we're going to get reimbursed probably for training here pretty soon. So you don't have to comment, I just had to throw that in there. The other thing that I wanted to bring up tonight too, that some people don't seem to know about our EDA. They think of our EDA as an industrial park thing. Now we had somebody in our business community here, a young fellow that did a great service for people in town as a mechanic here that passed away a couple weeks ago. I'm sure this is really hard for their family right now. We're also, and I didn't know anything about it or how to try to make a difference, but Cannon Valley Rental is closing up. I thought they were a great asset to this community. There was a lot of contractors that use that rental equipment out there and stuff. And I realized that that's a personal thing, and we shouldn't be interfering with personal things. But I also really want the business community to know that the EDA is here when these challenges come to you and these situations, to come to our EDA and work with them. If for health reasons you're closing a business or something happens, our EDA job should be to keep that business open and keep it part of the business community. And I really wish there was something we could have done for Cannon Valley Rental to keep that here, because to give you an idea of $4 gasoline nowadays, before Cannon Valley Rental came here, we had to go to Northfield, we had to go to Red Wing to get all our equipment all the time. So I just want to reinforce with the business community how important they are to our town and that our EDA is here to work with them and help them. That's it.
Are you sure?
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Jay?
Nothing. Okay, Rod, I forgot my notes. Is it October 22nd, MediaCom?
Yes, I believe it is.
October 22nd, it's a Wednesday, I believe.
7 o'clock.
At 7. We're going to have people with MediaCom that's had some problems or whatever. Hopefully, somebody from MediaCom might be here just to listen and see what's going on. It will be advertised in the paper. But if people can't get to the meeting, drop something off here. You can email any council member. We'll do whatever we can to make sure that if you have a problem, let us know. Then there's one other thing I'd like to know, and on County Road 17 out here, where it goes to 45, I believe, that's still within the city limits. I'd like to see it get moved out to where 30 miles an hour to where the city limits is. Because people out there, they're saying that when they trying to walk or whatever, traffic's too fast.
We did bring that up in Public
Did you?
Works
Okay.
a little bit, but we'll explore that a little more.
Yeah, I don't know how much we would be able to do because it's not our road. You know, it's
But
a
it's
county
within
highway.
the city
or county-
limits, though.
It is. I think we can make a request, a
Request,
recommendation, but I don't think we have the
Power.
final say on that. It would be like, you know, if we made the decision 20 should be, Highway 20 should be, 20 miles an hour instead.
Right.
'Cause
We
that-
can't do that.
That same issue may come up down the road if what we used to call Tanner's Grove
Yep.
comes in, that we may want to consider that, pushing that out to Hardwood Way.
Yeah.
Yep. 'Cause I envision that there I can see as the county creates their new 24 and some of the road, we may see revisiting by the county of traffic surveys and stuff to determine speeds along some of those other roads. So I think this is an appropriate time to make that request
Yep.
because it may tie right into some of the studying that they're going to be doing anyway.
That'd be great.
We'll,
I think
we'll
it would
ask the
make
county.
sense.
Yep.
That's all I got.
And I don't have anything at this time. Chair will take a motion to adjourn.
Second?